Okay, so you wanted me to start this just so you could tell me something.
So on Saturday,
Uh-huh.
I'm hanging out with Bobby and his roommate Rebecca.
Yeah.
And I go, do you watch any anime? And they're like, no, we don't watch any anime at all. Like, and I was like, why? And she was like, Rebecca is like a 40-year-old Subway manager, by the way.
Oh.
And she was just like, well, isn't that like boobs and stuff? And I'm like, well,
Not
yes,
entirely.
but no.
It's like, yes, but actually, no.
Is this mic good, by the way? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think we checked that. Okay. So I go, okay, we're all drinking. You're in a good mood, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, let's try one episode of something. One. She's like, I don't know. Not if it's like anime. I'm not into the cartoon thing. And I'm like, let me show you one episode. Please. It's 20 minutes. And she was like, all right. So I go with Castlevania. We finished season 2 that night.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, I went back and we watched season 3. So she's all the way caught up within 3 days. I got a good recap. And so when you were like, do you want to watch the recap? I was like, I don't need it. Because I watched it literally like 3 days ago.
I don't really need it either because I watched a recap thing on YouTube. I forget which channel it was. But they did like Castlevania up until this point.
My favorite thing to do when I'm... Because this was my third rewatch. I watched it with Kenzie.
Yes.
My favorite thing to do is when that little boy like runs up to the judge.
Oh.
I go, oh, look at his little shoes.
And then it's just like...
I'm terrible. I am honestly the worst.
I remembered watching that scene again, and I was just like, yeah, that's right. And then it's just like the judge always gave such a creepy vibe off, like he was all about jurisprudence and all that. It's like, oh. And then when you find out like what his sick little game was, it's like, oh.
Oh god, yeah. It's not funny, but it's really funny when you know about it and you're watching it with someone else and you can make stupid comments like that.
I made the comment to my nephew to watch this. I figured he's old enough.
How old is he?
16.
Oh, okay.
No, well, you think I'm gonna?
I thought.
No, because I have an oldest one. He's 16, and then I have a younger one who is 11, and then I have a niece who is 3.
I've known you for like 3 years now, so when you say nephew, I think like 8.
No.
8 or 9. And
No,
so I was like, I don't know about
old.
that, Nate.
He's old enough. He's old enough. And I recommended it to him, and he was just like, he wants to play all the Castlevania games now, and I'm just like, I've never been so proud.
This is a really good show, and I find myself always recommending it because people haven't seen it.
No. And here's the thing.
Apparently, this wasn't necessarily going to be the final season, but it got canceled, so now it is.
Well, because here's the big things that happened. First off, Warren Ellis got accusations thrown at him from a lot of
which he
denies,
but
which he denied, but later on came out and said, if I did offend anybody, if I did do anything wrong to anyone, no ill intentions were meant. What he was thrown off by was the amount of people that supported the allegations, and he said, though I feel like I haven't, like, there's no wrongdoing, if something a transgression did pass, I am completely mortified. I am terribly
if I did
sorry.
something in the past that I don't think clearly wasn't, a sexual assault or something.
And that's the thing. You
like,
see,
I get that, and I respect that he came out with that, but if he did something, I can understand why there's backlash, of course.
I know, but until there's like proper investigation done, I'm not going to throw him to the wolves. Instead, I'm just going to say, if he did do something,
fuck you.
Fuck you. But if he didn't, and this is just, say, someone love spurned or someone that he worked with that wanted something more, but he didn't, and now they feel like they have to come after, now they want to come after him because this series took off. I mean, that's another thing. And who's to say that once this season's over, there won't be more if there's enough.
Well, they
fan
said they're
outcry.
going to do more Castlevania universe stuff, but it would be the different characters, and he would not be a writer on that.
No, and that's unfortunate.
Which I hope doesn't mean that it wouldn't be as good as this one.
Well, because Warren Ellis has been the showrunner of this show since the beginning, and when you say that this show has been tremendous so far,
yeah,
and with the changing of the guard, you hope that the quality remains the same. I mean, sometimes it works for the better, sometimes it goes downhill very fast. For instance, when new showrunners came in on The Walking Dead. When Glenn Mazzara stopped being the showrunner after season 3, everyone noticed a dip in quality, and it only got worse the longer the show went on. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this. I'm hoping that Netflix and Adi Shankar and the crew that is surrounding this series
would stay with it.
Well, I know Adi Shankar is going to stay with it. Adi Shankar wants to remain a producer on this as long as possible because he loves the Castlevania series and he loves the fact that this has gained such a huge audience now. But one thing he wants is he also wants to make sure that he'll want to make sure that whoever takes over as the showrunner is basically going to continue the work that Warren was doing, but yet do something different.
I mean, it could always end up being better. I just hope it's not worse. Like,
I hope not worse.
I mean, depending on who it is, you never know. It could end up being, a better masterpiece than this. But I feel like this was a really good show.
For the 4 seasons we got, considering that video game adaptations are usually crap.
This is the only one I'm going to defend with my life.
This one I will ardently defend. This one I will say not only lives up to it, but equals it in a lot of ways, and in some ways, I feel, surpasses it in terms of its presentation. Because you're not able to fully see the magic that Sypha is able to do in the game, whereas here, you see the full spectrum of what she's capable of.
It's really fucking neat.
It's amazing. And Trevor, and getting a more fleshed out telling of his story, where we see how the Belmonts were treated and how the Belmonts were basically desecrated by the church, and he had to live with that. His family had to live with that for centuries. And then of course there's Alucard, which if there's one thing this series did in the last season that gave me there were things they did that were awesome, but then there were things they did that just made me go, huh? It was the handling of Alucard's story. Now, I love what they did for the most part, but there were some things like him going crazy without Sypha and Trevor being there, and it's just he was always alone before.
He had been alone before, so that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
I guess where he got used to them being around is the point.
I guess.
They got really close, but when we just finished season 1, Rebecca looked at me and she went, "Are there any sex scenes in this?" And my response was
not yet. Not yet.
Well, no, there is.
There's one.
Technically 2.
Technically 2.
Depending on how far it has to go before you define it as a sex scene. But I literally just started doing a maniacal laugh. I was like, I will see. Because I couldn't
just
say...
wait for season 3. Just wait.
We got there, and she was just like, you bitch.
What?
You asked.
Hey. It's part of it.
I really am interested to see what happens with Alucard, though, because it basically leaves off as, oh, good, now he's crazy.
Well, I took that as him basically living up to his father's former ways, and potentially him going down a bad path, which I hope that's not the case, because I love Alucard, man. It's just, he has bad experiences with humanity, because, keep in mind, human beings are the ones that killed his mother, human beings are the ones that persecuted his father, and also human beings are the ones who...
Well, you could almost argue the only reason that he was cool with humans in the first place is because he wanted his mother's, memory to be in some way good. So, he's like, I have to defend them because of her.
But then, but then the twins came in and completely just
so now he has another experience. It might push him. So I don't know.
I'm hoping that something good comes of his experience.
If they make Trevor and Sypha kill Alucard, I swear to God.
I hope not.
Also, at the end of season 3, you actually get the little bit of like Sypha's dabbling with the electric.
Yes.
So I guess that's going to be prominent here probably too.
Well, she is always absorbing new spells and new ways to do and conjure magic, and if adding electricity in is just going to enhance her way of helping Trevor and her survival, why the hell not?
Rewatching it was awesome. There were so many cool scenes that like you didn't appreciate the first time, or you notice little things that she does with her magic that just went over my head. Like
and then watching it again, you're just like all those little nuances.
In season 3, when she does like the ice shield around Saint Germain,
Saint Germain, yes.
It's on him, and I didn't realize this on the first watch. But when she is fighting the monster and she like brings ice up through the monster to kill it, she had brought his shields up. It wasn't new ice. Like, and then I'm watching it with them and I'm like, look at that cool thing she did where she did it. And they're all like, okay, she fought him.
Well, and that's the thing. You see you see little things that you catch if you pay attention. Like me when Saint Germain's like ice shields came up, I was just like, ooh. Yeah. And then it's like, and here's the thing: if she runs out of ammunition in the close range, she still has that in her back pocket, and lo and behold, she used it. It's like, damn.
It just shows how fucking smart she is. Really,
she's
like that's very clever.
She's a speaker. The speakers are insanely smart.
You have to be so because clever.
The speakers have to be smart because they have thousands and thousands of years of history that they have remembered, and they must keep remembering because they refuse to write anything down. And she is intensely smart and so inventive with the way she uses magic. And Trevor encourages it. Trevor loves, outside of her ruining his fresh beer that one time, but he kind of deserved it when he said, "Oh, that's better than sex." And meanwhile, she's just like, really?
Oh,
really?
There was that scene right when they walk into that room. I swear, like 10 monsters spawn or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And like it does that cool shot where it comes around and he's like, "You've got my back," and she's like, "Always." And I'm sitting there hype as hell. I'm like drinking and stuff, and Rebecca's just like, so she's doing like that mom thing where she has the blanket pulled up over her and she's watching this, and she's just like, "Yeah, they're cute." And I'm like, "No, that was so badass."
That was super badass.
It was really good. I'm like pumped the whole time. I'm like yelling and pointing stuff out and being like, "In the video games, blah 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 blah." She's just like, okay. I'm along for the ride, I guess.
That's like how I am, Quinn. Here I am with my pool of useless knowledge, just putting out these little factoids with stuff, and everyone in the comment section downstairs is just like, "Who gives a shit? Get the fuck on with it!"
Someone will know what I mean, but there is literally a meme of like an old lady with a blanket pulled up on her, holding it like that, and that's exactly what it was. Where she's just like listening, like, "Oh." But I'm really. Long story short, we're very excited for this. Shut up! Stop laughing at me.
I'm good.
You stop.
Okay.
We're very excited for this. Lucifer is fucking canceled.
No.
For 10 weeks at least.
Well, if anything, Lucifer is on hold for these recording sessions, and once we're done with this, we're popping right back into it.
It'll only take 1 or 2 recording sessions.
I know, because we're wanting to get through these. Because
it depends what happens. We're gonna get through 5 and then be like, order pizza, keep going. Like,
yeah, that's how I'm gonna be. We'll see.
Anyway. Yeah, Lucifer might have a delay because of Castlevania. So if you like Lucifer,
well, it's already on a delay because Wolf had an issue. Hold on a second. But yeah,
I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
But Lucifer is here and Castlevania is here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you okay?
Well, Lucifer can go to hell. Like, Castlevania is so high on my priority list compared to Lucifer.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm sorry. Lucifer's good, and I enjoy it, but, like, the moment this was coming out, I messaged Nate and was like, "We're not watching Lucifer, right?" Like,
it's like we're going to, but
and
after
Nate misunderstood me and thought I meant I wanted to finish Lucifer first.
Oh no,
which has so many seasons.
Well, no, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, I was like, oh, so I was like,
you would not have waited.
No, God dang it, no, I would not have. I can admit that wholeheartedly. We are watching this the day it's debuting, by the way.
Yeah.
We are watching this on the day of its debut. So, yeah, we're trying to make it through this, and we're trying to...
I'm so excited.
You and me both.
And I keep talking instead of just watching it.
I know. We're 15 minutes into this damn video, and there isn't a single lick of footage. There, you happy? Okay, this is Season 4, Episode 1, Murder Wakes It Up.
Oh, I'm so sincerely excited.
Same here. Same here. I can see the excitement.
Y'all, like, never get this from me. Like, the sincere, exciting, like, I've waited for this thing. So this is... Embrace it. Like... This is like how giddy I'd be if MCR released a new album.
In which they're talking about it.
I don't expect one, honestly.
Aw, poor horsies.
They've seen some shit.
Of course they have. They're like this. They're in this village
So
still.
it's only been 6 weeks. Okay.
Ah, we're catching up. See, this kind of combat, I would love to see in a Castlevania game. I would love to see it.
You would like a Zelda-style Castlevania, basically?
Yeah. And there's like different levels of like you can go through the trees and stuff like that. And also the magic as well would be a really interesting way of doing combat.
You know that'll never happen, but I also want it.
You never know. Oh, there he is, the summoner.
Trevor.
Trev.
You fucked up a little. Oh no, this is
possum.
it's gonna be good.
Ooh. Good shot, Trevor.
Next time, find somewhere less dangerous to be, huh?
Yeah. And they look quite annoyed.
Oh, look at these Cronenbergs. Oh, let's see what's happening. Buzzsaw. Damn, Sypha. You scary. Never fight a witch in the rain. I will always, or never fight a magician in the rain. I will always take that to heart.
Did they get that?
Oh. This Bellic Alistair motherfucker. I don't think so.
That went pretty smooth, actually.
Huh?
Actually went pretty smooth.
Oh, yeah. Wood stake through the heart. Never hurts.
It will have the name of the person he was trying to bring back from the dead.
Let me guess.
It decodes as Vlad Dracula Tepesh.
Would you do that? Oh, exactly. I wish I could fucking kill you twice.
Be careful what you wish for. We're in the Castlevania universe.
Yes, we are. And Dracula has resurrected multiple times.
Oh, they're kind of cute.
I said shit, okay?
Ha! She swore.
I was nice, and then I met you, and now I'm like you.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Oh, she's having a crisis.
You did this to me, and fucking talking.
Oh my god.
Damn.
You turned me into someone who says shit. Fucking shit, hairy ass words, giant slimy balls, shit.
Oh, baby.
She's learning. Oh, damn. Damn. What y'all doing? We'll have to talk to one of these fuckers to see what they're all about. Sypha. Thumb, Trevor. Break the thumb. Oh! So I just say that's one thing they teach you when it comes to like breaking a choke like that, a single-handed choke. Go for the thumb. You break one of the primary anchor points on the choke. You basically render the choke like moot.
Someone who works on the show has a thing for eyes.
I Eyes were often a very popular way of like going after your opponent.
Well, since like season 1, I feel like we've seen more eyes get squished than fucking anything. That monster, and then the season 3 is covered in fucking eyeballs.
Well, that's actually a monster, like the all-seeing monster, which there've been different versions of it throughout, like the games and throughout various forms of literature.
Episode 1 or 2, you see that priest get his eyeball whipped out. I mean,
but he's worth that. Like, if anything, the people who lose their eyes and stuff like that are the ones that fucking deserve it.
He actually ended up losing both of his eyes.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
We came back to him. But anyway. Really had,
Targovishte, sorry.
Really had to make sure we saw the dead toddler again.
Into the wood stake. Look out. Yeet. Oh, got him. Nice shot there, Sypha. Very slowly, he's tearing that guy apart. Make a mistake, and then end him.
Y'all might want to go check on Alucard, but...
This is where it all started, isn't it?
Well, you gotta think for them, where he's at is quite the distance away.
I haven't seen a map or anything, to be fair, so we don't know, I guess.
Oh.
Is that bastard wearing the Belmont crest?
Yeah.
Not the voice I was expecting.
And that's a speaker magician with him.
And Slavik and Ivan didn't come out.
I know that. I've got eyes. This isn't fair. I'm Varney, Nightmare of London, Terror of the British Isles, King Vampire Coxman of all Europe. And
Coxman.
I don't have to put up with this.
That's a hell of a title. Here we go.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, they're demons, though. Except
Okay.
for those two.
Looking good.
Merited what they did was kind of worth them being staked there. They were going to take everything from him and basically kill him.
He's not looking good, though.
Of course not. He's probably hasn't eaten anything or done anything. He's just existed. He's probably like... Oh. Nope. He's like, nope, not dealing with this shit. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. I'm going back inside. God damn it.
To the Alucard of the castle, we the people of Dynasty beg your aid. Night creatures, vampires, and terrible demons assault us.
Dynasty.
Why? Our defenses weaken and our numbers dwindle.
Yeah.
Please, sir, save our souls.
Nate, it's gonna be okay, man.
Dynasty.
It's alright.
Took you 4 fucking seasons to get to the Dynasty. Are you serious? Dude was with them from the very beginning in the game. Oh, for God's sakes.
It's alright, man. I know in this that's far, but like...
Oh, homie. You're missing something.
You stay right there. I'm not done with you yet. A bit less of your shit, please.
Horse just like, hurry the fuck up, man.
Okay, so maybe we don't have anything to worry about.
What?
He seems still not like his dad, so...
Well, no, I think he's just... I think he'll always, like, have the will to help humans because of his mother's inspiration, but at the same time, he's a lot more cold towards humanity because of what happened.
He doesn't seem super happy about how nice he is right now.
Well, no, because he knows that if he keeps going, if he goes to assist the Dynasty, then he will basically will, yeah, potentially wind up getting hurt again. Like what would happen with them. You gonna wash off? I think he is. He's gonna wash off before he heads out.
I'm turning into Belmont.
I haven't showered in 6 weeks.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else here? No. Okay. So.
Oh, are you learning to check because people keep destroying you about it?
Not really. I just do it out of habit now. So I'm wondering who is voicing Varney.
Is that the dude that, like, the voice sounded a little weird?
Yeah.
Didn't quite match up with what I was expecting, but, you know, I'll get used to it.
I've heard the voice somewhere before. So, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Fred Siebert, Adi Shankar. Let's see.
Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah. Get to the cast list.
We're looking at the credits.
Yeah, we're watching the credits here because I'm wondering who the hell voiced Varney. That's what's got me. I'm just like, who voiced Varney? That's all I want to know. Ah, damn it. Paint, coloring, and then they usually do CG, and then they do dialogue. And then they usually do the cast. Or not. Damn it. Okay.
Oh, wait, that looks cool.
Oh, yeah. That's Trevor. That's Trevor in, like, the 2D world of the game. That's awesome.
That was nice. Nice touch. Okay.
Yes, very nice. Okay.
The fuck is that?
I have no idea. But I know that's Hellboy's gun. Oh, Adi Shankar. That's just Adi Shankar, like, with all, like, his inspirations around him. Like, zombie, he actually had, I think...
And Care Bears?
Zombie Care Bears, yeah. Zombie Care Bears, yeah. I think because he always found them creepy. Let's see. Castlevania... Varney. There we go.
It's so new that there's not that much. Voice cast is right there on that article.
I'm just, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let's see.
Wow, why is this so hard to find?
Oh, it's Malcolm McDowell. Shit. Alex from fucking Clockwork Orange. That's awesome. He always had such a great voice. Although I would expect him to go for something a little more like Dark Lord Devious than like nasally twerp.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of like what you'd think Godbrand would sound like.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know.
May he rest in pieces.
Fuck him, though. He was a dick.
Yeah, he was.
God. So, oh yeah, this was good though. Good opener because we're given a lot of teases. We're given the teases of Dracula's potential resurrection, death. We also went back to Targovishte. We were introduced to Varney, and not only that, but Alucard and his plight of dealing with humanity. Now he's just like, well, I guess I gotta help.
Shit, now I have to be a good person or something.
Yeah, basically. Not only that, but also Dynasty. It took them so long to include because here's the thing. Grant Dynasty was in the original games, and he was part of the original party that helped take down Dracula.
Yeah.
Him, Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard all were together in Castlevania 4.
Oh, I know. It was like a huge thing that Grant wasn't included in the series.
And here's the thing. There's so much potential with Grant's character that they missed out on, but at the same time, I could understand Warren's reasoning for not including him and maybe like potentially like throwing him in later. But again, just 4 seasons, man. Anyway,
a certain person that I won't name actually won't watch this because Grant's not in it.
Well,
so
I've made my point clear on that. It's just like I'm gonna watch this, and I'm glad that I did, and I'm also going to basically just say, okay, I'll just say this: if that person does not wish to watch this simply because of a trivial thing like that, okay. But at the same time,
totally not and I've made myself very vocal on that. It is not a good reason to sleep on such a good show.
No, it's not.
Like,
I love this show.
I can't imagine it being any different now. Like,
and again, I'm not gonna make commentary on that person, but I will say this: the person missing out on it is definitely, it's something I can wholeheartedly say. Is a disservice to that person, knowing how passionate of a Castlevania fan they are.
My life has been made better by watching this show. Like, I enjoy the fuck out of this show.
And that's great.
Like,
I mean, awesome.
It's like a comfort show almost. Like, if I'm having a bad fucking day, I can put on Castlevania in the background while I'm cleaning or something. I'm just like, hell yeah. Which is a little weird, because normally someone would put on, like, Friends or something light, or Bob's Burgers. But apparently I put on Castlevania, so...
Which is understandable. I love Castlevania, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it too, because I remember watching this for the first time. I was just like,
I don't know if we thought I was gonna like it or not.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if we get through the first season and Quinn is not in on this, then we'll call it quits. But you were in, I think, with like the first episode or two.
Well, it had a strong start. I love anime that makes me sad. Or, like, I can... there's, like, complicated emotions that I can pick apart. Or, like, something that just has a lot of sadness in it. So, perfect anime.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 anime as far as that goes. Because, like, in the first episode, you have so much empathy for this stupid dude that sits there and does nothing for 2 seasons. I'm not salty.
Well...
That's my only thing with the whole... Dracula is a fucking pussy in this.
Here's the thing, Dracula, I'm not sure... well, keep in mind, Dracula was weakened on multiple fronts because, number one, he was already, like, mad from losing his wife. And number two, he hadn't literally eaten in an X amount of time and made him even weaker, and also made him even more, like, mentally unstable.
Dude just got depression and laid down at the end there. Like...
Basically, yeah, well, he basically realized, like, what his actions were causing. He was killing his son. The last thing that his wife left to him. The last thing left of his wife in this world. And he was killing it. And basically it took him realizing that and him having that moment of weakness that Alucard took advantage and...
At this point, this is going to come back to get me based on like just the theme of the season so far. That this comment's going to come back and prove me wrong. But so far, I would almost argue that Dracula isn't actually the villain of this series.
You wouldn't?
No, because he didn't fucking do anything. Like, he started it, but as far as keeping it going, or like who you hate when you watch this, it's not him.
I feel empathy for Dracula, but at the same time, I do not approve of his method of seeking revenge. You seek revenge against those who wronged you, not the
He started to seek revenge, and then he basically gave up.
No, he didn't start seeking revenge and just gave up. He took out every person who was in the vicinity of Targovishta. Now, here's the thing. With that, you go after the church. You don't go after all of the people. You don't go after the masses. You go after the ones who wronged you, because they were the ones that burned his wife at the stake. They were the ones that coaxed the people into believing the bullshit that they were preaching.
I mean, yeah, like, as far as really actually, I agree with you on that. But as far as, like, they wanted to paint him as this dude that was going to wipe out all of humanity, he didn't even get fucking close.
He wanted to, though. He wanted to.
He's eventually something flipped, and he no longer cared about that goal. He just laid down.
He wanted to. He wasn't sure what he wanted to do. It again. People with depression have mood swings,
and I think they did
and
I think it portrayed that pretty well. I think it was very obvious that he had an emotional battle that was more important to him than wiping out humanity.
Yeah,
at that point. But
and the truth is, at any given point, he could have flipped that switch back and then went right back to destroying. I mean, he was in the process of destroying humanity, but Trevor, Sypha, and Alucard pushed him back. They pushed him back, and they got rid of all the night creatures that were affecting all the towns. And they went to his castle and sieged his castle, and they won. I mean, they went in with a game plan.
But how would it have played out if Carmilla hadn't stepped in being her bitchy self?
Well, if Carmilla
because she weakened their forces before.
That's the whole thing as well. I mean, you have people who
I almost feel like she is the villain and the person that you're supposed to hate in the series.
Oh, she's more of the pure villain.
She's the one I fucking can't stand.
She's the one that is the more pure villain of the series. She has aspirations, and she has a clear driven.
It's kind of weird and unique that Carmilla is the one we hate more than Dracula, though. Like, that's what I'm kind of saying.
Well, no, and I get that. I mean, Carmilla, I can wholeheartedly see.
I'm not saying it's bad.
It's
bad.
I see Carmilla as being the pure villain of this series, but I can also see Dracula. I can also see Dracula potentially in the wrong mindset. Dracula is probably the more dangerous.
Oh, if he comes back with a vengeance or something, my foot goes in my mouth.
Answer me this: who's the more dangerous foe if you are on their bad side, Dracula or Carmilla?
Who am I more afraid of?
Yes,
Carmilla.
No. Who are you more afraid of if you are on their bad side? Like, if their purpose in life, like from that point, was to kill you, who would you be more afraid of, Carmilla or Dracula?
Carmilla.
Dracula is a lot more stronger.
Yeah, he's like the leader of the vampires, but he's more likely to lay down and cry about it first instead of Carmilla.
If he wants to kill you, if his purpose is, if the number one thing he wants more than anything is you dead, I am more afraid of Dracula than I am Carmilla. Carmilla.
She's not actually that smart either. I mean,
no. She pretends that she's smart. She pretends like she's.
It worked out for her in the beginning, but once she got back home, you realized that really she doesn't know shit.
No, she doesn't. She has this idea in her head that she knows better and that she's going to conquer the world simply because she wants to.
If we're going based off of solely strength and intelligence, I would be more afraid of Dracula.
That's what I'm saying.
But as far as personality-wise, who do I think would come for me faster? Carmilla.
Carmilla, no. I still would be more afraid of Dracula because Dracula has so much more at his disposal.
But she's also a little bitch, so I don't know.
Well, Carmilla, again, the thing with Carmilla...
I think it depends on the circumstances.
Well, no, that's what I said. My circumstance, is finite. They want you dead. Both of them want you dead. Who are you more afraid of?
Again, powerful-wise, Dracula, but...
That's what I'm saying. Who has more at their disposal?
If they are both standing directly in front of me and want me dead, which one would I focus on? Dracula.
Yes.
But
that's the thing. And all in all, though, you see, that's my point. Dracula is a more, whenever he is compromised, I'm more afraid of him than I am of Carmilla. But Dracula, whenever he has the mindset of him being a recluse or him being what's the word I'm looking for? Someone who does not like to go introvert.
Dracula is also, whether he likes it or not, and whether you agree with me or not, he's also more emotional. So he's the two, in fucking Bloodborne.
He wasn't.
Is it Bloodborne where you pull out the fucking music box and that boss?
Oh yeah,
just
fucking Gascoigne. Yeah,
that's Dracula.
Well, kind of, but at the same time...
He has a lot of weak points.
He has an emotional weak point, a very strong emotional weak point, but I think with that being said, all in all, I would say Dracula is potentially, still, the more, the one I would fear more, because, well, here's the thing, Dracula was content with being a recluse. He was content with having his castle, all of his technologies, and basically just being, being Dracula.
He's like, I just am me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
Well, keep in mind, this is the Dracula that we knew. The Dracula of old, the one who literally staked hundreds of thousands of people on the wood stakes. That's the motherfucker.
He had basically calmed down by the point we met him.
Yes. Basically, he had executed enough of his vengeance on humanity to where he was satiated. And then he found a wife. And then that wife was murdered by the church. And then he went fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a rational... actually, that just backs up my point. He doesn't work on rational thought. He works on emotion.
Exactly.
Rationally, he should have went for the church, like you said.
That's right.
But emotionally, he goes, nah, fuck everyone.
Yeah. And that's my thing. Carmilla, she's basically...
But she would be more rational. She'd probably have went in this if you'd flopped it.
Well, no, because here's what her one thing is. She wants to subjugate humanity. Dracula wanted to eliminate humanity. That's their big difference. Carmilla wants to subjugate humanity and basically make them into livestock.
Carmilla, if she was Dracula, would have went, I'm going to take the church and then lock all these people up and fucking torture them forever.
Exactly.
But he just fucking goes, I'll just kill them all. It's fine.
Yeah, fuck the world.
He's a very dramatic person.
Very. Okay, well, if we want to get through the first 5 episodes, we're going to have to move on
At
from
least,
this.
Yeah.
So, again, everyone, thank you all very much for tuning in. This was Castlevania Season 4, Episode 1. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And again, I'm Nate.
I'm Quinn.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.